Have you ever wondered what a job description for, say, a holy servant looked like about 3,000 years ago? Well, today we're diving into one of the most detailed and, honestly, fascinating hiring processes ever recorded, the ancient consecration ceremony of the Levites.
And what's really incredible is that this whole complex ritual, basically a blueprint for creating a sacred workforce, is laid out in just a handful of verses. We're going to break down this single page of scripture to see exactly how an entire tribe was set apart for a lifetime of divine service. So we'll follow the process step by step. We'll start with the initial order from God, then move through these strange and powerful purification rites. We'll get into the really unique reason the Levites were chosen in the first place. And finally, we'll look at their terms of employment, right down to the retirement age.
Okay, so it all begins, like a lot of things in the book of Numbers, with a direct command. This isn't some human resources idea. This is a divine mandate given straight to Moses for a very specific purpose.
And here it is, the core instruction. It sounds pretty simple, right? But it's got two huge actions baked into it. First, you separate the Levites from everybody else. And second, you make them clean. This one sentence really sets the stage for everything that's about to happen. All right, now we get to the really practical steps. This cleansing wasn't just about, taking a bath. It was a deep, symbolic act to prepare the Levites for working in a holy space, the tabernacle, which was basically the portable, earthly dwelling place of God for the Israelites.
The sheer thoroughness here is what's so interesting. It involves sprinkling them with this special water, having them shave their entire bodies, which was a huge sign of a new beginning, and then washing their clothes. It's like hitting a total reset button, preparing them for this brand new sacred role. And the purification didn't even stop there. The text tells us it also required specific sacrifices. You needed one bull for a sin offering and another for what was called a meat offering, which was usually something like fine flour or grain. These were absolutely essential to make atonement before the Levites could even think about starting their work.
Now, this is where the ceremony takes a really unique turn. I mean, we're used to hearing about offerings of grain or animals, right? But here, the offering is an entire group of people. And it involved this incredibly powerful act from the whole community.
Just try to picture this scene for a second. The entire nation of Israel is called together. Then representatives of the people come forward, and they literally lay their hands on the heads of the Levites. This is such a powerful symbol of transference. It shows that the Levites are now acting on behalf of, and as a gift from, the whole community.
And this quote just brilliantly spells out the core idea. The high priest, Aaron, presents the Levites almost like a wave offering. They are, in essence, a living, breathing gift dedicated to God by the people of Israel for the specific purpose of serving God in the tabernacle.
So the whole point here, and this is crucial, is that every single part of this ritual, from the animal sacrifices to the offering of the people themselves, is all about atonement. It's about making this group ritually fit and reconciled to God so they can serve in His holy presence without any danger to themselves or to the community. So we've seen how the Levites were consecrated, but the text is also super clear about why this specific tribe was chosen. And it all comes down to this incredible story of a sacred substitution.
This is the big question, right? This unlocks the whole theology behind the ceremony. Why them? Why not the tribe of Judah or Benjamin? Why the Levites specifically?
Well, the text gives us a direct answer. God says, "They are wholly given unto me." They're set apart for His exclusive use. But the reason for that goes back to an even earlier, pivotal event in Israel's history.
Okay, this slide is key to understanding everything. The text explains that after God saved the Israelite firstborn during the Exodus from Egypt, all firstborn sons technically belonged to Him. But instead of claiming every family's first son for service, which would have been a huge deal, God makes a trade. He takes the entire tribe of Levi as a substitute. So the Levites are now standing in for all the firstborn of Israel.
And finally, the chapter lays out the Levites' entire career path. This wasn't just a temporary gig, it was a lifelong vocation. It had a clear start date, a defined role, and believe it or not, even a mandatory retirement plan.
So according to the text, a Levite's professional life began at age 25. This is when they were formally brought into the service of the tabernacle.
And their career had a definite endpoint. At age 50, their time of mandatory, physically demanding service was officially over.
Let's just look at this career arc for a minute. From 25 to 50, they're in what the text calls the warfare of the service. The heavy lifting, the demanding daily duties. But after 50,
they don't just vanish. They cease waiting upon the service, meaning the hard labor is done, but they continue to minister with their brethren. This probably means they served in an advisory role or as teachers or mentors. They became the respected elders of the institution.
So as we wrap this up, what we're left with is this fascinating model of a life that's completely structured around service. It has these clear stages from apprenticeship to active duty to becoming an elder mentor. And it really makes you wonder, in our world of endless career choices and constantly shifting goals, how do we, today, define and build a life of purpose?